Hi, this is Marcia, and today I'm going to be sharing out blended learning lesson planning ideas. We're going to talk about how to take a traditional lesson and break it up into what we call learning studios. In this video, we're going to first start off by talking about the possible different learning environments that the students are going to experience in the fall. Then next, we're going to talk about actually planning out a lesson. And then finally, I'm going to go into really describing those learning studios and time, how much time in each studio, followed by training the teachers and training parents. So let's get started with blended learning planning. Okay, so planning for blended learning and what that might look like. We're going to first start out by talking about virtual blended learning, social distance blended learning, and maybe the new normal for what a classroom might look like. So let's first talk about what fall virtual classrooms could look like. Now I'm saying fall because we've already gotten into routine for the quick throw into virtual learning. So now let's take a step back and really think about how we would design a learning environment for students online. My niece, Mason Yankee, shown in this photo here, she actually goes to Chardon High School. And at Chardon High School, they kept their same bell schedule. So she would have to wake up by 7:30 in the morning and jump on her first class. I think if we were to set up fall virtual classrooms, I would model what Chardon was doing, where the kids still follow a pattern. During that class period, so let's say math is from 8 to 9 o'clock, during that class period, the teacher will still meet, teach, and work with the students, but in a virtual environment. Now, I know what you're thinking. How are these kids supposed to get online if there's like 5 other kids in the class or at home who are trying to do virtual calls? There's a lot of unknowns, but we're going to at least start to develop a structure, and then maybe depending on your school and your school setup, maybe we can find a common ground, but at least designing something to get these kids started in the fall. Setting up Zoom meetings or Google Meet, that is a great way to get going with this, as well as thinking about your different choice of assessments. And I'm going to spend a lot of time today talking about assessments and using choice boards instead of just having quick, simple questions for the kids to answer. So fall virtual classroom would probably take a look at like designing a schedule for the students, a schedule that the kids will follow on a daily basis. Next, let's talk about a social distance classroom environment. This actually came from a BBC article, which I have it highlighted down below, the link that you could go and take a look at it. And what they were saying is that what might happen in the fall is social distance classrooms where the students are limited on class sizes. Maybe half the class comes. Maybe there's not as many kids in the classroom. I know Ohio's governor is really talking about moving to an A-B schedule. So the kids would go to school on an A day, and then they would work from home on a B day. There's definitely 1 week on, 1 week off, maybe morning, maybe afternoon. Maybe they're just even going to have lunch being served in the classroom environment instead of everybody eating together in the lunchroom. These are just examples. These are examples of what some schools are already currently doing in other countries to really design a social distance classroom. And I think we could take some pieces and parts of this to really build our new normal social distance classroom in the fall. Okay, let's do one more. The new normal of education. I added in a link here from Forbes talking about this is really kickstarting education, and we really need to think about how we could design the classroom to really use a technology. There's a lot of people out there talking about why are we using technology to its fullest potential? So let's think about this. If we were really thinking about using technology, can't we do still small group instruction where the teachers meet in a small group with students? Could students be learning some content online while in the classroom or virtually? And then also, can we give some choice to the students as far as what activity they'd like to do first, second, and third? I think if we put all 3 of these pieces together, it's going to really form this new normal classroom, which is part of a blended learning environment. Okay, next what I'm going to do is showcase you an A-B schedule because this is one I think is becoming more and more popular. Monday, the students would go to school. They would attend the regular classrooms. On Tuesday, it's going to be at home learning. They're still going to be working on content that they were learning from the Monday, but they're going to be going deeper into the content or showcasing their projects from home. Wednesday, they're going to be going to school, and on Thursday, they're going to be learning from home. Friday can either be a C day where we're adding in PE, art, music, all those electives that we still want to integrate into our curriculum, but maybe that's on a C day. Or maybe Friday becomes a flex day where it's a deep cleaning of the school or gives the kids to get time to get caught up. Regardless, we still need to make sure all of these content areas are integrated into the schedule of the students. Next, I'm going to go into showcasing how to create a blended learning lesson using any of these models, a virtual blended learning environment, a social distance learning environment, or a new normal blended learning environment. So I'll be right back.